Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by wearecritics.com. And today, we're going to talk about and review the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air special that aired on HBOMax just last night. It was a bit of a surprise, I'm not going to lie. I was in the middle of watching Christmas movie. I was watching Home Alone at the time, and I was just going through my phone on the HBO Max app just to kind of just bullshit around, and I saw that it was an early release. They dropped it like about 8 p.m. last night. It was supposed to drop today, which is the 19th, so I was kind of expecting it to hit midnight or so. But no, that wasn't the case. They gave it to the fans early. They knew people wanted to see it, and they dropped it on us. And I'm not going to lie, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. It's not too long, not too short. Definitely emotional. Definitely an emotional and fun ride. Will Smith brings out the entire cast, the entire gang, minus, of course, James Avery, rest in peace, who played Uncle Phil. But they talk about a lot of things that maybe we do know as fans, and a lot of things that maybe we don't know as fans. Will definitely opens up and expresses, heartfelt stories between him and James Avery. Alfonso and Will talk about their relationship on the stage, and everyone else kind of solidifies the chemistry and the magic that was created while making the show. And it's just very, very heartfelt. And you kind of at one point, I know the show's still running and it comes on all the time, but you kind of miss that vibe, that feeling of being able to watch it fresh for the first time. And it kind of brings you back to the moments when you actually, me personally, I was brought back to like the first time. I remember watching the very first episode, which I think was like September 1990 something, around that time. They tell you in the special, but I don't remember exactly. I just remember that I was in school, and I remember that everybody was saying that they wanted to tune in. It was like a Monday or Tuesday night, something like that. But yeah, I remember the first episode very vividly, without even reruns. Without reruns, I still remember vividly watching the very first episode, and you get that vibe all over again. Like, Will, he comes off as though, he's come a long way. He was a very young man at the time, and you see the growth. You see as they're all together and they're all talking about, their experience, and you see the growth in everyone. You kind of see like, wow, these guys were a legit family on and off screen. If I'm gonna get into a little bit of spoilers, so if you don't want to know or you want to feel that surprise moment when things happen, and then I would suggest that you just step away, go watch that thing, come back and leave your comments and let me know what you thought about it, because I definitely want to know what everyone thought about it, because it's not like a grand thing, but it was a great thing, and it was very needed and very worth it. And I'm glad that they actually did this to celebrate the 30 years of the Fresh Prince legacy, because today it's still a huge thing. I mean, everyone knows the theme song, everyone knows the Carlton dance, like, and they talk about all of this stuff in this thing. Like, they tell untold stories, like how the show even came about, how Will was pitched an idea, how Will had to quote unquote audition for this idea. And it's a pretty wild story. You think, knowing where Will comes from as a hip hop artist and the things that he was into and how the transition happened, you would have thought a million and one long shot. Like, who would have thought that a rapper from Philly could transition over into the living rooms of every home in America? Like, it's just a brilliant piece. It's heartfelt. It's so warm, and I really suggest that you guys go see this. Like, I watch this. Like, it's on HBOMax. For those of you who don't know, it's another streaming service. I know there's a billion of them out there, but it's definitely worth the watch. Borrow a password if you have to. But and I'm pretty sure it's going to be floating around out there online some way, somehow. You can see clips here and there, but it's definitely worth a watch for me. I think that I'm probably going to give this like a 4 out of 5, because it just felt good to be back in that moment. There's also a really heartfelt moment where Will Smith addresses all the things with the original Aunt Viv, and I don't want to give away too much, but it's definitely worth it, and definitely worth the surprise, and definitely worth that moment. You're probably gonna get emotional during. I know I did. I mean, I'm a softie sometimes, so I'm watching it and it's just bringing me there, and the feel and the vibe. Because fair to say, the original Aunt Viv, that was my Aunt Viv. Like, I related more to that character than I did with the newer one. Not saying she didn't do a good job, but the original Aunt Viv is OG. Like, I feel like most black homes in America know that Aunt Viv. We know an Aunt Viv like that. So it was more relatable. She's dark skinned. She's very, confident in who she was, and very stern, but still loving. And I grew up with that Aunt Viv. You know what I mean? So you get a really, really worth the while moment with Will and the original Aunt Viv. And I think that right there was like the seal, the cherry on the cherry on top, I should say. But yeah, overall, the Fresh Prince Bel-Air reunion, I'm gonna give it a solid 4 out of 5. I think that it's definitely needed right now. It's a great nostalgia will never die. Nostalgia is always going to be around, and this is one of the things that we all grew to love, and it felt really good to just revisit it and see everyone just be honest and talk with one another on the set and kind of go down memory lane. So if you guys have not checked it out, please, please, please go. Take the time. Get HBOMax, borrow a password, whatever you got to do. Check out the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special. 4 out of 5 coming from Klepcx, man. And as always, guys, if you disagree or agree, let me know. Drop a comment below. Like it, dislike it, share. But please, please, make sure you subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.